everyone, so welcome to part 2 of the oh, hang on a sec, my lights are just a bit low. Right, yeah, to part 2 of the vision board. Right, so I know you zoomed right in for this one, but it's fine because I'm not going to be staying in this. I'll show you what I'm going to be using in a minute. So basically I just wanted to recap. So here I have this vision board for my planner, and it just really inspires me, which is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to evoke that feeling of, yes, you know, all those feelings that you want to achieve and strive for. And it's like you just open it up and you just, oh, I love it so much. And then I can turn these pages here. This encourages me. It just really speaks to me. And then I can see, make sure you see that, I can see where I am. So let's have a look. New opportunities to embrace them. In fact, since making that video, I did take up a new opportunity and I embraced it, even though it scares me. What am I? Yeah, so I can tick off these. I can add some more as well. And I have actually made some new intentions to be able to achieve these. So this has gone a long way already towards achieving my dreams. And on the back, I'm leaving it blank on purpose so that I can add more writing on there if I want to. And I can always stick sticky notes on top of these once they're done. And because I don't want to cover them up permanently, because I would like to remember them and have this as a keepsake, I can yeah, put sticky notes on top. So it's not going to permanently, you know, delete them. Anyway, right, so that's that. Now, here is another way that you can incorporate a vision board or dream board into your life. Let me just put that to one side. So I'm currently using the Hobonichi Weeks Mega, and I don't know if you've seen one of my videos on YouTube, but I was debating whether or not to keep this inside. I've actually swapped it around so that now it sits really nicely and compact. So these are my Hobonichi Weeks is on the strings, and then this little journal is on, like, slipped into the back here, and will be used for just drawing, basically, artwork or painting, whatever, you know, because it's obviously going to be carried around with me. So anyway, I have yeah, so this Hobonichi, and I decided what I thought would be a really good idea to make a pencil board. Now, I hadn't really heard of pencil boards. I kind of have, but I hadn't really properly heard about them until, like, people started to make them for their Hobonichis. And then I thought, why don't we, or I, make a vision board for my Hobonichi in the way of a pencil board? So this is what we're going to be doing today. Now, you can tweak this, obviously, to fit any planner, because a pencil board just slips in and out. It is literally a piece of laminated paper or card, and it's used to place under the page that you are writing on, and it gives you some stability, you know. But I thought if we could incorporate that as a vision board as well, then you're going to be seeing it all the time and it will always spur you on. So what I did was, bearing in mind if you're going to laminate it, you need to leave a few millimeters on either end, on either side, to fit. So I took as my template the grid here. So let me just see if you can see this properly. This is why I'm zoomed in quite a bit, so you can see this grid here. I use this as my template. So I measured the width of the grid, and it was about, so I did 8. So that gives me extra room for the edges of the laminate. My height, I wanted to give it quite a fair bit, so I did 17.5, which still gives me millimeters allowance for the laminate. And then what I did was, I've taken a patterned piece of paper. Now, I thought, my thinking on this was, if you use cardstock that's too thick, A, it's not going to really laminate, and B, it's going to be way too thick for your planner, especially the Hobonichi, because these pages are really thin. So I'm using patterned piece of paper. Now, I've cut it to size, like so, and on the back is this beautiful constellation pattern. which I absolutely love. Now I'll probably get some sort of quote maybe before I laminate it and stick it on here. I'm not too sure yet, we'll just wait and see. And then next I printed off some images. Now bearing in mind this is very, very small, so the images I printed to like wallet size and maybe a bit bigger, so roughly about these sizes. Now my printer, I need to, they've got these little lines on here. I've printed on paper, because if I printed on photo paper, the heat from the laminate, I can't recall whether or not, I didn't want to risk what the effect the heat would have on the photos, plus the photos would be quite thick as well. So I printed it on my printer, which needs to be, I need to adjust it because there's these lines on here. Some of them are fine, but yeah, I just need to sort that out. But it doesn't really bother me too much at all. In fact, it's not on all of them, so that's fine. So I'll go through some of the images that I have, stick them on here, and then we're going to do something else just before we laminate it. So I'll just speed up this process. And then, yeah, oh, by the way, you should also have, to help you with finding out what your dreams are, what your desires and passions are, and all that sort of thing. I have created a very it's not very in-depth at all, a very simple worksheet for you to go through, because I know that this can be a really, really difficult thing for some people. In fact, it was really hard for me to do a couple of years ago, to make a vision board, because I really didn't know what I wanted. So instead I knew to go for feel-good images, even though on the image it might not be something I wanted, it evoked that feeling. So it's taken me a long while, and so I know how important it is to keep it simple to start with, which is why I have done with the worksheet. So yeah, I'm just going to stick these down now, and then I'll get back to you afterwards. Okay, so let's just see one shot there. Right, so before I do laminate this, and before I decide if I want a quote, I'll flick through this in a minute actually and see if there's a quote before I laminate it. But before we finish, before I laminate rather, let's just see. I'm just gonna pop it in here and I'll show you what we're gonna do. I thought I have a tab maker, and I thought we could add a tab to this, because a lot of people have like a little tab on their pencil board. Now, I was fortunate enough to get this tab maker quite recently, and I've been after one for ages. And when I saw one in a D-stash, I snapped it up. You can also find them on Amazon. If you can't find a tab maker, you can get hold of, if you have a, oh, what are they called? A die machine. You know, the die cuts, you can buy the die cut in tab shape. If you have a die machine, you can use those, or you can use a template from online, or you can even buy tabs as well. I cut some tabs from the lovely beautiful cardstock by Little Rainbow Moon. So I used those because I really love the colours, and I've just noticed how much it balances with that. So I think I'll put my tab there. That's really answered the question for me of where should I put it. Now I am going to double up on the tab, so I'll place it on both sides, and then you can write any word you like on there. Now, possibility might be, which is my word for the year, too long, so I could put something else on there. I could put dream. That might be a bit cliche. I might even just put possibility. I'll try and fit it across there, so we'll just wait and see. Anyway, if I can just find my thin, I used to have some really thin or narrow tape. Just have a look. No, can't find it, so I'll just use this. I'll have to let's see. Yeah, I'll just fold over or trim off what we don't need. Ugh. In fact, I can use the other piece of this for the other tab. Right, where is the other side of the tab? There it is. Oh, it's so sticky. There's that. Yeah. Right, so that side. Which one was I using? This one pops more, doesn't it? So I'll use that one. Trying to think if I should write. Oh, what should I write? I do want possibility on there, so I'm going to try and fit it because that is the word that I want. So we'll go for it. Okay, let's have a see. My pens. I need a really fine one. In fact, I bought some new ones. How fine is this one? This is quite fine, isn't it? This might do. Let's have a look. Sounds silly, but I need to have the word in front of me because it's such a long word. I don't want to get it wrong. Possibilities. Just realised that I should have stuck some down between there, but that's okay because it's going to laminate anyway, so I might just put a bit of glue between them. But right, okay, let's do this. Possibilities. that will do. It says it's fine. Right, okay, a bit of glue somehow, let's see. Okay, how shall I do this? There's a few ways to do it in there. I could get a bit of card. Just use my nail. It's just because it's blue. I know it dries clear, but at least I can see where it's going, I guess. It's like, oh, don't want that on my hands. Ugh. It's like blue tack. Oh, come on, spread. Spread. Here you go. That will do. Just wipe it. See, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. Right then, let me just go and laminate it and then I'll come back to you. It's really simple, really straightforward. Just take your time with it and yeah, I'll go and laminate it now. Okay, so here we are. Finally laminated. I basically just changed the moon to like a holographic one, stuck a sticker there saying create and left it blank. I didn't really have anything else and I just thought it looks really nice like that, and I can stick like a sticky note or something on the back there if I want to make notes and stuff. So I've left it as is, and yeah, and it looks so good, and it just says everything, just speaks to me so much, and that's what it's supposed to do. So when it comes to making one for yourself, make sure you have something that really does resonate with you. It's not too thick, it's actually perfect. So I'm really glad that I did this on paper. And it fits perfectly. I mean, it couldn't be any more of a better fit, to be honest. There you go. So you can see. Oh, so happy with that. So like when I go to write something, I could put it underneath or just keep it on the page that I'm on, like that. And the good thing is you can, if you wanted to, you can make yourself as many of those as you like. Change them up, have different words on tabs. So you can have several of these if you wanted to, and just pick whichever one speaks to you at the time. So yeah, I might actually make another one as well, so it keeps things fresh. So there is your vision board. So you have like lots of different ways you can make these. Like I said in part one, you have the one that you can have for your planner, which is more substantial. You can have your lists and intentions on there and your goals, as well as the images. So that's a much more obviously in-depth one, sorry, yeah. So and then you have this one as a pencil board, where it's a daily prompt, daily reminder when you're setting your making your plans and setting your intentions and things to remind you. In fact, a really good thing about this is if I do have a sticky note on here, I can actually write down an intention or affirmation that really speaks to me. I've got my cards that I made here, which I could actually stick on as well, and these have just really empowering quotes on there. So yeah, I mean, you can do anything with these. I really hope this has like helped you with your own vision boards. If you have any questions, just leave them below and I will answer them, and even share your photos below or in the Facebook group. And yeah, it'd just be really good to see what you come up with. And I think that is everything. In the next video, I really want to do a journal spread with affirmations, including affirmations, and just have a little talk, really, have a little chatty video about how we can write our own affirmations and how we can include them in journaling. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's a really important part of creating the life that you want. So again, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.